So they finally arrested some of the morons that protested up at the church in St. Paul, Minnesota. Um, Make sure I get their names right, because some of them are not names I'm familiar with, and I apologize if I am pronouncing any of these names wrong. They got Hakima Levy Armstrong, they got William Kelly, and Chantel Allen. Um, they say some of the charges or acts that they may be charged with is violating the FACE Act and the KKK Act, because of the simple fact that they went in and screamed and hollered and chanted and disrupted church services on Sunday. And for once, these people didn't cover their faces. And it's funny that when you don't cover your face, you get in trouble. So we're hoping that more arrests will come from these current arrests, because they'll be able to get more evidence for, you know, their phones, they maybe hopefully get search warrants. I don't know. I'm not the police. I'm not the investigating agency. But hopefully these people will see justice. And it would be funny if they can get Don Lemon, even though a federal judge in Minneapolis has blocked the arrest warrant for Don Lemon for now. That doesn't mean that they don't have other avenues to possibly go in and get him. But they're more than likely there'll be more arrests coming, and I think there should be. But if you look at the people that were there chanting, there was a lot of white women doing this. And why? Why was there a lot of white women? Well, I don't know. Maybe they ain't got nothing better to do. And who has been funding this? I keep asking that. Who has been funding all this? Because if you notice, it's the same people over and over and over and over again doing the same protests. There are videos out there showing different protests with the same people. And these people I'm assuming they don't have a job, because you never see them anywhere other than these protests. And there's a lot of them out there now that they hand out whistles, and they blow their horns, and they impede the investigations of ICE. And it would be nice if the Minneapolis Police Department would help them, but they will not, because Mayor French Fry won't let them help. But I guess he doesn't care that there are murderers and rapists and the such running around his city, and he just lets that go. You would think that they would want them arrested, prosecuted, make them serve their sentence out, and then send them home. I would just be happy with them sending them home and serving their lifetime ban for the rest of their lives, because they had an out. These illegal aliens had an out. All they had to do was self-deport. And Trump was offering them $3,000 to self-deport and then come in the right way. But a lot of them didn't want to do that. They didn't want to uproot their lives and do that. And he said the ones that do not do that, he's not going to let them, if they get caught, which they will. A lot of them are being caught. And they will be prosecuted, and they will be sent back to their home country. Hopefully, their home country. But, I just don't get how people out there are okay with the illegals here in the United States, when any other country you go to, if you're an illegal there, They don't mess around. They don't fuck around. You go to another country and you're not, you don't have some type of reason to be there, or you're not, you don't have the right paperwork to be there, they arrest you. They do not mess around. They arrest you, they charge you, they put you in jail, they deport you. They do everything they can to protect their countries. But here in America, there are so many liberals, so many left people out there that are okay with keeping the illegals here because they say they do jobs that nobody wants to do. And what the real fact of the matter is, they do jobs at a lower wage that most Americans, citizens, would not do for that wage. So they're trying to get it to where the wage goes up, but yet they keep hiring these illegals to do the job for little of nothing, just because they can do it. A lot of them can do it under the table, especially a lot of the farm work. They can do it under the table. A lot of them do. I'm not saying all of them, but the ones that are here illegally and they're working, and people say, oh, they pay taxes and they pay in. Well, the ones who are illegal here, and if they are paying taxes, federal, state taxes, the only way they are doing that as an illegal is they had to have stolen somebody's identity. They had to have stolen or paid for someone else's ID, someone else's stuff, because otherwise there would be no way for them to be here and work legally if they're illegal. So, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think down in the comments below. I'm just kind of curious what everybody else has to say about these arrests from the protesters from Sunday's church services. And another question I have is this protest that they did at the church, is it a smokescreen to get people to stop talking about the welfare or child care fraud and all the fraud that has been going on in Minneapolis? Because if you notice, the people aren't talking about that as much as they were before. Now they're talking about this protest in the church. They're talking about the new protests going on. So that was another question I had. Does anybody think that this is a smokescreen? It's a diversion to get people to stop thinking and stop looking at the fraud that's going on in this country. So let me know in the comments below, and if you're new here, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when I post. I try to post something every day. I'll try to post a longer video at least once a week. But yeah, just let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.